Hey, what's up, everybody? It is your girl, Donjia M with the new hairdo. and, and we are back with another Ask 15 question. And I am super excited about this because I got my girl here, okay? One of the dopest female MCs that I know, and I know her. This is the thing. I know her. So this is Ask 15 questions to a female MC. Fee, how are you doing?
What is going on, Donjia? I'm so excited about this. I'm so excited. I want to just thank you for the opportunity to interview me, that you even find me important enough to interview. So I'm so excited about this. Thank you, sis.
Yes, of course. Listen, I told you, my community, my people, I want to ask the questions to you all because y'all have the insight. So I'm really excited about this. And without further ado, we're going to jump right into these questions. As you all know, we have 15 questions that most of these questions came from you guys on social media, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, all of those things. And we're going to ask Fee these questions. So let's jump right in. Fee, the first question that I start off with everybody is, tell us about yourself.
Okay, so first and foremost, hi again, guys. I am a wife, a mother of two beautiful children. I have a girl and a boy, 2 and 1, and done. Like, I just want y'all to know that I'm done. Okay. I'm an MC. I've been rapping since I was probably about 12 years old. I love food, too much of it. So I'm trying to ease up on that. I was raised in Montclair, New Jersey, but I represent all of Essex County, Union County. Shout outs to all of New Jersey, you know. My parents are, my dad is African. My mom is Jamaican, so I got the best of both worlds in me.
Yes, yeah.
You already know. But anyway, yes, I just love music, and you know, just doing it makes me happy. Yeah.
That is super dope. Yeah. So listen, y'all heard her. I think you are the second person that we've had that it has two dynamic cultural backgrounds, very strong cultural backgrounds. So we're gonna dive more into the family aspect of that. But she's being modest. She has videos which we will insert because she's going to send them to me of her freestyling, of her music, of her children, of her family, of her husband, all of these things. But question number two, how did you come up with your stage name?
Okay, you guys, please do not laugh at all. So I used to have an obsession with cats. Okay, they are furry, cute. I love them. And they're mysterious, they're quiet. So their personality is very similar to mine, and it's very beastly. So when you think about hip hop and rap, you always got to come in a beastly manner. So my husband was like, why don't you name yourself FeLyNz? And I was like, you know what? That's actually pretty dope, especially it's a play on because my name is Felicia. So Fee. And then lines are like, if you think about an actress and an actor, they have to do lines. And when it comes to rap, our lines are bars. So it's just a play on word. So that's how FeLyNz came about. And yeah, that's how I came up with the name. I love cats.
So I didn't know that part. When I saw this question, I was like, oh, like I think I know the answer to this. Like her name is Felicia and lines are like bars. So that ending part I knew. Yeah, I did not know about the obsession with cats. So that adds a different element to the name. But yes, if you all didn't know, I mean, you've seen the flyer, you know her stage name is FeLyNz. Her real name is Felicia. So yes, very, very dope concept. Shout outs to hubby, DJ Scully, for helping out with the name. We got to get him on here soon. Okay, question number 3. How would you define a female MC?
A female MC, of course, She can be just as lyrical, just as, like I said, beastly as a dude. She brings all the feminine qualities to that aspect, because when you think about the hip hop industry, whether it's secular or Christian, it's saturated with male figures. So when you describe a female MC, you think about all the greats. You know, you think about Salt and Pepper, MC Lyte. You think about Queen Latifah, Missy, all of them. And those are definitions of true female MCs. So that's how I would describe it. You know, we go as hard. We can go toe to toe, even probably just beat, males.
Yes.
But yeah, that's how I would describe it.
That's dope. And you definitely dropped some heavy names that we are all very, very familiar with. MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, right? Latifah being from the bricks. Let's go. Okay. Yes. I love that. Okay. Question number 4. Is this something you are always passionate about? So you gave us a little snippet. You said you started rapping at 12, right? And we know that we're not born and we are 12. So prior to that moment that you started rapping, was this something that you were always passionate about?
To be honest, no. Rap was not in my foresight at all. Like, I was around 5 when I discovered, music is something that I wanted to do, but I never liked hip hop back then. Like, I always wanted to be, deep inside, I'm an R&B singer. Deep inside. Don't ask me to sing now, because God told me, like, that's
you knew it was coming. I was about to be like, okay.
Yeah. That's not really my gift. I can hold a note or two or Drake it. I've been Draking since before Drake. But yeah, I always wanted to be an R&B singer, but it wasn't until 12, my cousin and a friend of ours, we were on a porch at his house, and they just started freestyling. So I just thought, let me jump in this. I'm gonna be silly. And I started rapping, and they were like, oh. And I was like, so confused. I'm like, what happened? Like, I'm looking around, all scared. It's like, yo, you are so nice. Like, you dope. Like, why don't you keep doing this? And ever since then, I was like, maybe I should. Maybe this is the avenue God want me on, not singing. You know what I mean? Even though that's in my back pocket. But yeah, so God showed me at that point.
Wow.
Yeah.
And you were just playing. Oh, I wish we had a recording of that moment. Oh gosh, that would have been so great. Wow, that is wow. So you didn't even know that it was something that you could do. Wow.
Not at all. Now I started in middle school. Like, now God brought it to the forefront, like put me in the spotlight. I was failing science. Like, I wasn't really, like, school wasn't my thing, I was failing science drastically. And the science teacher was like, look, you're failing, and then able to bring your grade up and get some extra credit, I'm gonna need you to do something. So I said, what? He's like, I need you to rap, and I want you to rap about trees. I was like, tree? I was like, oh Lord. I was like, okay, just so I won't fail, I'll rap. So they had this big event, and they broke the grades up into sections, right? 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. And so I had to rap to all, I think I was in 7th grade at the time. I had to rap to all my 7th grade people, right? Turned out, like, the mic wasn't working, right? So they were like, you know what? We're going to put you up on the big stage and you rap up there. Now I had to rap for the whole school. So I was like, hold on. Like, we said, this small little group of people, not the whole school though. Like, I have a picture. I'm going to put it on Instagram one day.
Yeah, no, send it to me. I'm going to insert it right here.
Yeah, I have a picture. I'm rapping in front of everybody. And there was this one boy, he always supported me. I was like, look, Mark, I need you with me. just like stay right here while I rap. So I'm rapping to the whole school. After that, the whole school was just like wilding. They're like, yo, you're so dope, blah, blah, blah. And then at that point, everybody knew my name. But
wow,
that was like one of the highlights for me. Like that guy was really like, this is the direction that I want you to go.
wow. So, okay, this is not one of my questions. Do you remember the rap?
It was kind of corny, but I kind of remember it.
Come on, give it to us live in the next.
It was corny though. Like I was like seventh grade. All right, let me see. It was like, even though the weather was not that pleasing, we all know things happen for a reason. It might be raining in the evening, snowing in the.
Come on.
It was really corny, but I had to pass. I had to pass the grade, you know. So
said, listen, here go the bars for the grade. Yes, I love that. Wow. I am that teacher though, because being in education, because I love music, I will put any and everything to music. I remember teaching my kids, we found this video on YouTube to help them read better. And these guys, I forgot their name. I'm going to insert a screenshot of the video here for any parents that want to use it. But they had this song to show kids like not to read like a robot. They called it reading like a robot. And it literally was like, you got to read with expression. You got to read with expression. You got to read with expression. Don't read like a robot. And they changed it. Oh, let me tell you something. It changed the whole dynamic of my classroom. Do you hear me? Like my kids, because they had that song in their head. Music is so powerful, and we know that.
But I just was about to say.
Yes. Music is so powerful. So we can encourage people like, the worst subject in the world could become the best subject if you get the right tune to it. I now teach high school, and I found a rap for the phases of the moon. Let's just say nobody in my class failed their phases of the moon quiz because of that rap. Literally, like it was. I'm gonna send it to you. It was so dope. Okay, question number 5. What do you use your voice to bring awareness to? So obviously it may not just be one thing. So, but typically, what do you feel like you use your platform, your voice to bring awareness?
Well, so far I have about 3 videos out. And one of the videos I did the So Gone, it wasn't the challenge. It was like years after the challenge had, occurred or whatever, but I did So Gone, and in So Gone, I'm talking about how women, whether Christian or not, just women in general, how guys are persistent. Like if you don't like the guy, you're like, no, thank you, I'm flattered, blah, blah, blah. And then he's still persistent. Now he's being like what we call an a-hole. And, I have in the song, I'm telling women how to deal with that, but in a comical way. And then I also have my spoken word called Dare to Love. That is bringing awareness, and that we're all aware about the police brutality that's going on. But I'm speaking on it, and I'm letting people know how to deal with it. And it's still hard to deal with. I wrote it years ago, right? Came out with the video 2019. God had me, finish the thing because it just kept happening. It's till this day. I mean, just 2 days ago, couple days ago, something just happened, right?
Yep.
So it's crazy how it's still relevant now. But God spoke to me on how I should write it. I wanted it to be a song, but it turned into a spoken word because it was just too much to speak on. So I'm very vocal about police brutality, about the injustice against our people. And that's one of the things I'm passionate about. And then the other thing, of course, is Jesus and, God. That's something I'm passionate about. So those are things I like to touch on, things that people don't necessarily touch on, and it might ruffle feathers. you might be like, is she Christian? Why is she talking about that? I'm just going to talk about whatever God placed on my heart to talk about, and not be afraid of that. Not be afraid of what people have to say in terms of that.
Yeah. Okay. Listen, I understand. That was a great segue to question number 6, which I thought was a very interesting question. And I had to actually reword it because one of my followers mentioned Lecrae and mentioned a specific interview that he had. And their question to you was, as a believer, as a Christian, do you consider yourself a holy hip hop artist? Why or why not?
That question is a great question. I'm gonna always consider myself a believer of Jesus. So no matter what, that's who I'm always representing. Even if what I'm saying is like out of the box for some Christians, know that that's what I am. I'm a Christian. I'm a believer. Now, if I say something out of the box and make you question it, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm gonna make you question certain things. I'm gonna challenge you. So I'm gonna always represent God to the fullest. Even though you might not even hear, not every song that I'm gonna put out is gonna be laced with God's name or Jesus in it. But you're gonna know that that's who I represent by what I'm talking about. You know, so that's how I see it.
Okay, yeah, because like I said, something very similar. And I didn't see the whole interview. I did see like an excerpt from that interview with Lecrae talking about how he didn't consider himself a holy hip hop artist per se because of the box that it may or may not put him in. Now, don't get me wrong. I know some people who do consider themselves holy hip hop artists that be coming with that fire. Yeah. Shout outs to Bizzle.
Oh yeah, Bizzle.
Oh, listen, Bizzle. Okay, like Bizzle will make you open up your Bible and pull out the scripture that he said because he said it.
The crazy thing, at first, when I first heard of Bizzle, I didn't like him.
Really?
As a lyricist.
Okay.
You know, but I went to see him one year. It was years ago. I went to see him, and I was like, wow. I think some certain artists, you have to see them, to really understand. And then from that point, I've been a fan since. But Bizzle is the truth. He really stand on that word.
Oh,
and that don't mean Lecrae don't. I just feel like Lecrae is for a different audience. Like I feel like we put people in a box too much, you know? And I don't think he fits into a particular box. And that's where I'm at too. Like you can't box me into, oh, she's just a Christian hip hop artist. No, I spit. Like that's what I love to do.
Yeah. And I think his wording was he's a Christian who does hip hop. Right. Yeah. But yeah, shout out. I love Bizzle. I love Dayton. Oh my God. Oh, yeah. Okay. They be coming with that fire. I love Jackie Hill Perry. I don't know if you've heard her albums before. She's another one. I just be like, what is happening? But she's a monster. But yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for responding to that. Question number 7. How does your family, your Nigerian Jamaican family, feel about you being a rapper?
Well, first, my dad is from Ghana.
Yeah, you're Ghana.
So Ghana.
You're
Ghanaian.
Ghanaian. There we go. How's your Ghanaian Jamaican family feel about you being a rapper?
So my dad, he kind of nonchalant about everything. So when I show him certain things, he just be like, "Oh, okay," like just randomly. Like the other day, I did a challenge, the Papoose challenge. It's called a serial killer challenge, and I was soup because Papoose hit me up, and he's like, I was like, "Oh my God, dang, Papoose hit me up." He like, oh, okay. I'm like, really? Like, you can't try to be excited for me? But my dad is real nonchalant. Like, I don't know how it registers to him. But my mom, on the other hand, now that they see that everything's coming to fruition, they see the video, they see the work that I put behind everything, she gets excited. She like, how you put the video upon the phone so I can show my coworker them, right? So she would. So I would have to show her, she's still trying to work out technology. She in her 60s, so she's trying to work out technology. So I would show it to her, and then she'll go to work, show her coworkers, and they're like, "Oh my God!" So my mom is very supportive. The rest of my family members, they're supportive. When I put out that Locks video, my cousin from North Carolina, who I haven't spoken to him in a while, and he's from the streets, like. He's street, he hood, right? He had to call me. He called me like, yo, like that video was so dope. Like, I don't even know what to say. He started cussing, and I'm like, he was just going in, like, he was so excited. But my family, they're all supportive, and that makes it all the much more, better, to do.
Yeah. And not to mention, y'all, I don't know if you have these videos, but her husband, as I mentioned before, is a DJ. So every now and again, you will see a video of Fee performing and him in the back as her hype man. I think it is the most amazing. It is the most amazing thing ever. You would think like you guys don't even know each other. Like he legit is like hyping her up. I'm like, look at them. Look at these two. How long have you been married? That's not one of my questions, but just so the people know.
It's about to be 6 years in May, on May 16th. We'll be married for 6 years. We've been together for that point would be 11 years. So yeah, we've been together for a while.
Wow, 6 years. Okay. And do your kids, this is just an extension of that question. Do you think your kids, I know they're very young, but do they have an inkling of like, oh, mommy's a rapper? I know your daughter is older. So has she yet like branched into like the movements of like, oh, this is mommy?
Well, I would say kind of, sort of. Okay. He'll be DJing because we have a studio here at my house. So he'll be DJing and she'll be like, attached to him to listen to the music. Or if I'm replaying a song that I recorded, she'll be like, again, mommy, again. And she'll recite certain parts of the lyrics. So I'm like, okay, I'm doing something good. I'm doing something.
Oh, okay. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into the lyrics. I'm glad you said that. Is that my next question? No, I don't think so. Oh, that should have been perfect. I think I made you switch it around. Hold on. No. Okay, I can't do it. We're going to come back to it. All right. Question number 8. I'm going to do it. This is my show. I can do that one. Worry about yourself. All right. Question number 8 will now be, when you create your music, do you keep your children in mind? So you just talked about like how your daughter recites certain parts of the lyrics, right? And we know the world of music now. You've seen interviews of like Cardi B talking about how her daughter doesn't even have or know about any of her music, right? We have other artists that rebuttal parents, like Lil Nas X coming back at a parent that was saying like, oh, you're like a face for children. You got to be careful what you do. And his rebuttal was like, well, as a parent, you shouldn't be letting your child listen to my stuff. So do you keep in your mind that you are a parent, like when you are creating your music?
Well, it's funny because like I said, my daughter is 2. So a lot of the music that I created was before them, but there has been, I did a feature with another artist and I mentioned the ups and downs of motherhood. So I mentioned that in that particular song, but I haven't really written anything yet that I had to keep them in mind.
Okay.
But yeah, definitely in the future, of course. But I see what you're saying, because when you talk about Cardi B and Lil Nas X, who are, a lot of children watch them, and I see why parents, are upset. But then at the same time, they kind of right, like, why you got these kids listening to these type of artists? So it's just kind of like a balance type of thing. But yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Wow. Okay. All right. Question number, now I'm going to confuse myself, but I'm here. Question number 9. Do you view this as a career or a hobby, and why?
Oh no, definitely a career. Like, I want it to consistently be a career. It was always my passion since 5, like I mentioned before. So yeah, I want it to be a career eventually, doing this full time. And prayerfully, God would create that avenue for me. Right now, I gotta work.
Yeah.
Even though I've been out of work for like a year, due to this pandemic. So, but it allows me to work on my creativity. And I think that's even though everything is bad, but in the bad, there's good.
Yes.
So the good part I'm looking at it is just reflecting, like taking this time to reflect on things, to plan things out, to work on me, to work on my craft. So that's where I'm at right now with it.
Yes, that is great. Okay. I thought this was a very interesting question. Question number 9. Do or can every MC, male or female, freestyle?
Can every MC, male or female, freestyle?
Yes.
No, not every male or female MC can freestyle. And there's nothing wrong with that, because I'm not gonna lie, that's not my strong suit. Freestyling. I can, but I overthink things too much. Like I everything gotta be on point to me. I'm very, intricate. So I can't just come off the top like that. I can sometimes, but I'm just all in my head. But just because MC, I'm talking about any MC out there, just because you can't freestyle, that does not mean that you are not an MC. Because there's a lot of people in the business that do not freestyle, they do not write their own lyrics, and they're still dope. Because you could just have the talent, the flow, the look, the whole package,
Right.
And, yeah.
Yeah, that was question number 10. I don't know if I said that, but yes, that was question number 10. But yeah, I thought that was a very interesting question, because when we do, oftentimes when you think about the music realm, especially hip hop, you think about freestyle battles, you think about 8 Mile, you think about like those type of things, and you think about like, you whack if you can't freestyle, and it's like, well, no, you got some people out here that made it in the industry, and they got ghostwriters. Faithful ghostwriter that's getting paid money to make this persona of who these people are. So yeah, I'm glad that you answered that, and that you were honest about even your freestyle. Not that you can't, but you're a thoughtin', as I like to call us. We think too much. We're thoughtin'. Okay. Question number 11. Tell us about your favorite song that you created.
Okay, so my favorite song that I've created.
Yes.
So as you know, since you're my sister, you know that I'm part of a group called ObeyThyWill.
Yes.
I'm not a rapper, right?
She an R&B singer. No.
So yeah, I'm part of that group, and I'm not just a rapper, I'm a songwriter. So like I said, at heart, I'm a singer. So one of the songs that I've written, it was to encourage myself, because I struggle so badly with worrying. Like, I can worry myself sick about things I can't even control. And most of the time, if I pray, I don't leave it in God's hands. I take it back like, you know what? You know what, God? Let
Just
me
one
handle
more
that.
thing. One more thing. Let me edit this.
Let me just, yeah. I don't allow God to fully take control. And so I remember studying Matthew 6, where it talks about worrying, and God gave me a song from there. For some reason, like, this gives me chills because when I read the word, sometimes rhymes and words kind of pop out the page, and I'm able to, like, you know, piece them together. So it was like one of those situations. So this song that I wrote is called Don't Worry. And anytime, the reason why it's my favorite, because anytime I get to worrying, the song comes back to memories, right? And I end up singing it to myself, and it will calm me down. So it was a song that God given personally for me, but it's also for other people as well that might struggle with doubt and worry and all those fear, you name it.
Do you guys have that song recorded? I know that you've recorded stuff.
We always performed it. We haven't recorded it yet. And right now, we kind of like on hiatus with everything going on. We had children. Then once we had children, the pandemic hit. It was just, you know, so soon enough, we'll probably be together. We're working on some solo projects right now. So
yeah, y'all, I'm going to try to convince Fee to record herself singing that. So I can insert it.
Oh, me? I don't know.
She said, who?
I feel more confident singing with the group.
Okay. Maybe we could get you, maybe you could get everybody on a Zoom call and y'all sing.
Right. We could link that up.
Yes. Okay. Question number 12. We are almost at the end. I can't believe that. But question number 12. What is a common misconception about female MCs?
Wow, that's a great question. So one misconception is basically saying that there can only be one female MC. Like, when you think about, let's think about the industry for a second. So you had Nikki for a long time. Other females would try to come out. They don't last, or they kind of fade into the background. And there was only one, because, like I said, the industry is male saturated. And so thankfully, like, for the past couple of years, I would say like maybe 2 or 3 years, there's been other females that came to the forefront and is doing their thing right now. Even though, you know, secular, you got Saweetie and Doja Cat, you name they're out right now. But that's a misconception. That's a big misconception. You had Lil' Kim at one point, right? And it's not like how it was back in the day. Back in the day, you had several, you know, like I mentioned earlier. Back in the 80s, you had MC Lyte, Queen Latifah, Salt and Pepper. Then the 90s was Lil' Kim, Foxy Brown, Missy, The Brat. But it's never a bunch of us. You know what I mean? Just a small few. So I think that's a big misconception. There's so many awesome female artists. It even was something I believed too at one point. Like, I'm like, how am I supposed to break in if I'm just like, you got Nickies and people just wanting Nickies, you know, that talk about sex and all that stuff. How am I supposed to break in there? But yeah, I would say that's a strong misconception.
And that's dope. I mean, and to advice to you, just like you said about like Lecrae and Bizzle, right? Everybody has their audience. So for some people, they are what we consider like mainstream artists, and then you have other people that are like underground artists. But little do people know, like the underground, I don't want to say underground world, it's not like I'm talking about hell, but you know what I mean? Like when it comes to music, like the people that are less mainstream, there we go. The people that are less mainstream, there are more indie artists out there that like have large followings and that are able to like sell records and like chart because of their following.
Right.
So like a lot of mainstream stuff, I know that's like everyone's goal, like mainstream. I want to be mainstream. I want to be careful about mainstream, but anyway.
Right. Right.
Yeah, like your following, your audience is gonna be exactly who it is. Like, and there's no like discrediting that. It don't matter how many Nickies come out. It doesn't matter, because I get bored with sameness. I do. Like when I hear something different, I'll be like, oh yeah, like I gravitate to the different all the time. But yeah, okay. I said my rant is over.
I wanted to plug this in there too.
Okay, go ahead.
When it comes to that, I think about the Christian hip hop world, right? So we talking about Bizzle and Lecrae. So they just signed their first female artist literally like a year ago. So even in the Christian hip hop world, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's weird that they took so long to do that. And then I don't even think they might even add more to the roster, because that's just how it is. If you think about Flip Mode, they had Rod Digger. You think about Terror Squad, that was Remy Ma. So they all, let me just grab one female on board. But hopefully that's not the case. But yeah.
I mean, hopefully if more people surface up, because I think also when I think maybe a misconception, and I could be wrong, but maybe a misconception could be is like, people don't respect female rappers or female MCs. So a lot of people don't even come forward with what they do, right? Like a lot of female MCs we know, like they sing as well. So it's easier for them to get their foot in the door singing, and they may get stuck in that realm. So, y'all need to come out. If y'all out here spin bars, that is not my forte. I stay in my lane. All right. I stay. Now my husband can, but I do not.
I will know that Bilal can spit.
Yes, he can. Yeah.
You see your face right now? Bilal, where you at?
Start calling him. Yeah, he does. He does. He does. He does beats and stuff too. So yeah, he does. I do not.
Y'all just not talented though.
I will not be rapping anything. And if you guys stay tuned to this channel, I'll tell you once we finish this recording, there's something else I'm working on.
I'm gonna write something for you, Donnie.
Oh gosh.
Spit some of my bars.
That's a whole nother craft in itself. It's just I will not. Okay. Before she try to get me caught up here on this YouTube channel. All right. Question 13. Only 5. Because Black people don't know how to listen. Y'all be trying to incorporate numbers like 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. Only 5. Your top 5 favorite MCs, male or female.
Oh my God. Why you only give me 5? I'm a Black person. All right. Let me see. So I never really had like a top 5.
Okay.
But I'm gonna tell you the people that I was influenced by.
Okay. So you're not, the order that you're giving it is not like precedence, or is it? Okay.
Yeah, it's no particular order. It's not even, I would say it's no particular order. So Jay-Z, believe it or not, one point in time, it was Kanye. I loved him. Missy is one thing about her, she is just a super visionary, creative. I gravitate more towards that type of thing. It's not even her lyricism, but she's just creative. And then she does have a nice flow, because there's one thing, you can have a flow, but don't have the lyrics. So she has the flow and the lyrics, but it wasn't her lyrics that captured me. It's just her vision. Lauryn Hill. Now that's my girl. And how many is that?
4. You got one more.
Last but not least, I do have a favorite MC right now. As of currently the past couple of years, he's been my favorite, Andy Mineo.
I hear so much about this guy.
I love him. Not only is he a dope lyricist, like bars, punchlines, everything. He's a creative as well. He's a producer. His vision. I'm surprised he's not as big as he is, as he, I think he should be. But
he's indie, right? He's an indie artist.
No. He signed to 116. He signed to Reach Records with Lecrae.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he is so dope. Beyond dope.
Okay.
Man, yeah. So
okay.
5, those are my 5 right there.
Those are 5. No more, no less. Okay. I got it. I definitely knew you was gonna say Lauryn Hill, which I think is amazing because for years I never heard anyone acknowledge her as an MC. I would hear them talk about her singing and all of that other stuff. And it wasn't until I got older that I heard people like say things about her like MC wise. And I'm like, oh wow, like I never paid attention to that. That's super dope. Okay. 2 more questions. Here we go. Question number 14. What would you say is the hardest thing for you as an MC?
The hardest thing? One of them is kind of like just staying in a creative mind state. Because it's so easy to get distracted. But at the same time, I'm a mother, so that makes it a lot harder now, more so. It's like, where do I find the time to write? Where can I get away to even just do this, stay focused? But I would say that's the hardest thing for me right now in this season.
Yeah, I think that is a vein for most creatives, and then creatives that are parents. Like, I don't have children, but that motive to like keep going, creating content, creating music, ideas, and all this the work that goes behind it, and then realizing like, oh, you got to be persistent, you got to be consistent. Oh, tell me about it. It is a doozy. It is. And I love how you said in this season, right? Which is also acknowledging that in the next season, that may not be a difficult thing for you. It may be something else. So I love that. Okay, last question. I need you to get your motivation mojo on, okay? What would you say to a female who wants to become an MC?
Listen to people that already has been in this path, in this industry. Even if they're not in the industry and they're just indie artists, but they've been doing it for a long time, longer than you, let's sit up under that person. Get the knowledge. You always want to sit under somebody that's doing, I would say someone doing better than you. Not to knock you off off anything. That's not trying to downgrade you or nothing like that. But if I was told by my pastor, he would always preach, if you just around people that aren't doing better than you, you're not going to get nowhere further, So always sit under somebody that's doing somewhat better than you, so you can just reach, stretch, all of that. Write, try to stay creative, try to stay motivated, and that's it. I don't see, and stay true to yourself. Don't let society tell you have to be one way. That's where people get lost. I know plenty of time I've almost gotten lost just trying to, keep up with the Joneses. So try not to do that.
Yes. Okay, y'all heard it from FeLyNz. That was the end of our questions, but she don't know. But you guys know what is coming up next. It is a bonus. We are going to do a fast flash round of this or that. I hope you're ready. We're going to give you 2 options, okay? You cannot think about it. You can't say, well, what if it's Monday? Because on Mondays I do this. Nope. The first thing that comes to your mind, okay, you have to answer with it. It's going to be some random things just to get to know you a little bit deeper. Are you ready?
I think.
Okay. First one, we always start off with this one. This is the make or break. Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
Okay. French fries or tater tots?
French fries.
Okay. Soda or juice?
Oh man, juice.
Okay. Juice or water?
Water.
Okay. R&B or hip hop?
Oh, why you do that? So yeah, I'm R&B.
I told you I knew you was gonna pick.
Dang.
Okay. Burgers or pizza?
Pizza.
Jamaican food or African food?
Jamaican.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Pasta or sushi?
Pasta.
Chips or cookies?
Chips.
Come on, girl at the Mount Heart. Dress up or dress down?
Dress down.
Yes, yes. Okay, last one. Ask 15 questions or 15 minutes.
So I'm supposed to ask 15 questions?
No, it's just pick an option. Ask 15 questions or 15 minutes.
15 minutes? Okay.
Wow. You're supposed to say ask 15 questions. How you not pick the show that you're on?
Oh, yeah. What is 15 minutes? That's another show?
No, it's just another. It's just 15 minutes.
You confused me, girl.
Yes, we tricked her up. Oh my gosh. Thank you, Fee, for giving us all this MC information, insight into your life. We are going to insert some videos of her, and you have to send them to me, okay?
Yes.
So I can insert them. But we thank you so much for being a part of this. And as I always say, everybody, please make sure you are living in purpose on purpose. Bye.